Good morning, children. Today in Social Science History in class 9, the chapter is Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. We'll see how the revolution in February 1917 took place. Now, the Russian army was engaged in the First World War, but it had a deep impact on the country. Initially, the people in Russia supported the Tsar and the war also. They willingly went to fight when they were sent. But as the war continued from 1914 to 1916, one can say roughly that the Tsar refused to consult the main parties in the Duma. The Duma was the parliament, the Russian parliament. So naturally, the members of the Duma, of the parliament, felt that they were not being consulted at all and the decisions were being taken only by the Tsar himself. So gradually, the support of the people decreased and it declined also. Then the losses that they had suffered at the hands of the Germans and the defeat, so they came about anti-German feelings and sentiments among those people. And St. Petersburg, which was a German name, it came to be renamed as Petrograd. So the capital came to be known as Petrograd. Then matters did not really settle over here. The people were against the Tsar, of course. Then the Tsarina, that is the wife of the Tsar, Alexandra's German origin, and her poor advisors. There was a monk by the name of Rasputin. He made autocracy unpopular. That is, that he made matters worse for the Tsar, and therefore he also supported the people and protested and you can say opposed the Tsar and his decisions. Then also further on we see that in the east armies fought battles and heavy casualties were there, many losses were there, many people were killed also. So these defeats shocked and demoralized them. They felt that time and again they are being defeated, so their spirits were lowered. And then also the Russian army suffered more than 7 million casualties by 1917. And soldiers now refused to fight such a war. They felt that they were only suffering losses and there was nothing to gain in their involvement. They wanted to withdraw. So gradually one can see that among the Russians, they wanted to withdraw from this war. They did not want to be a part of this war any longer. Now, the impacts of the war. Naturally, when World War is being fought, there was a great impact felt on the people of Russia, especially on the industries. The country was cut off from the other supplies of industrial goods by the Germans. So the industry had a setback. Then railway lines began to break down by 1916. So that transportation also became another major issue. Then acute shortage of labor force, because people who were strong, people who could fight, they were sent on the war front, they were sent to fight. So gradually the labor force to work in the country became lesser. So they faced this shortage of labor. Then large supplies of grains were being sent to feed the vast army. So this resulted in food scarcity. That is, that there was shortage of food for the people in their own country. And this sometimes led to riots at bread shops. People broke down the shops because they were hungry and they were not getting enough for their families and for themselves. Now we come to the February Revolution in Petrograd in 1917. We see that the conditions were becoming, severe winters were there, conditions were becoming more and more difficult for the people to face and to suffer. They were already, their lives were miserable. In the winter of 1917, conditions in the capital Petrograd were severe. Why they were severe? One is the winter time, then acute shortage of food. Life of the workers became more and more difficult. They were working, but they were not getting enough in return. They were not even getting sufficient amount of food for themselves and for the family. So this became one of the reasons. Then the layout of the city of Petrograd, it emphasized division among its people. How was this division? That on one side, houses and factories were located on the right of the river Neva. That means of the common people, that the factories were over there and the houses and quarters were over there on the right of the river. On the left bank, that was where the palace was, the fashionable areas were there, the Winter Palace, official buildings were there, all where the official work was done, then the building where the Duma meetings were held, all that was on the other side. Now, on 22nd of February, a lockout took place. Lockout means when the factory is locked. That means that people are not allowed to come and work. So, as this happened, on the next day, the people of about 50 factories, the workers who worked over there, they got together and they went on a strike in sympathy with their co-workers. The next day, women also actively participated in these strikes, and this came to be called as the International Women's Day also. So we see that gradually the conditions of the people were becoming more and more difficult. And as the conditions became more and more difficult, naturally, there was more rebellion, there was more ill feeling towards the Tsar and towards the government in general, because nothing was being done for them at all. Now, ultimately, it came to the suspension of the Duma. Now, what happened? The demonstrating workers surrounded the official buildings. When these people who went on the strike, all of them, they surrounded the official buildings in the center of the capital. And in order to settle this, the government imposed a curfew on the people. So the workers had to return that day. That is the 22nd of February. On 24th and 25th February, we see that the police was also there. The government tried to control the situation, tried to control the protests and the rebellion among the people. The Duma was suspended on 25th of February 1917. That meant that now there would be no further consultation with them. So it was the Tsar suspended. On 27th, police headquarters were ransacked. The cavalry came out. Cavalry, that is soldiers who fought on horseback. So they were called out again. Then an officer was shot at, and 3 other regiments also revolted against the Tsar, and they joined workers, and they refused to attack the soldiers who were demonstrating over there. So all these things happened, that even not only the workers and the common people, but even the soldiers came to support them, and they revolted against the system, and they refused to attack the people, the demonstrators, or the people who had gathered over there to demonstrate, and mostly they were the workers. So soldiers and workers now, so when this thing happened, the soldiers and workers formed a Soviet, that is a group or a council, called Petrograd Soviet. That is how the workers had now the support of the soldiers also, and together they formed this what we call as the Petrograd Soviet. The Tsar was asked to abdicate. Abdicate means that to leave his throne. That means he had to step down from the throne. So on 2nd March, the Tsar abdicated. Whatever the advice that was given to them by the Soviet, so he had to abide by, he had to follow the advice, and accordingly he abdicated. And now a provisional government was formed to look after the country. That means naturally the country had to be run, all the other work had to carry out. So a provisional government, a temporary government was formed so that things could be settled and matters could be resolved. So we see that the February Revolution brought down the monarchy system in 1917. That is, that the Tsar, who ruled the country, being an absolute ruler, dictating terms to them, finally the system of the monarchy came to an end in 1917 in Russia. Thank you.